So back with you again for already the fourth clip of our tour of the Baptistry. And I'm still at the entrance. We've come through the door. We've met St. John the Baptist, who really set us up for the baptism of Jesus and continues to provide a foundation for our understanding of it. And we've looked at the interior shape of this room and the floor. And now, having looked at the significance of the floor, the living waters flowing from the baptismal font, I look up and I see at the peak of this room, where the 8 sides come together in the groin vaulted ceiling, the fan vaulted ceiling, at the top of the whole thing is a pelican. And the pelican is somewhat lost in shadow, but there are pelicans throughout our church, and in fact, in our video library, we have already got a segment on the pelican, which we did for Holy Week. But the story of the pelican is that in times of famine, the legend is that the pelican pierces its breast and feeds its young with its own blood. So it became a fitting symbol of the ministry of Christ, who feeds and nourishes us with himself. So the pelican is above the baptismal font, and you can interpret that in 2 ways. First of all, it's the ministry of Christ which effectively surrounds the baptized person through sacraments, through the teaching of the word, through the life of the church, through the gift of prayer. All of that comes with Christ as its exemplar and its companion, as we always be following Christ, who gives us the pattern, but he's also walking with us. He's the way, the truth, and the life. So from the ministry of the pelican at the top, Christ, it flows down through the ribs of the vaults and basically surrounds us. And the other thing you can look at is just the straight line between font and pelican. So the pelican, in addition to being a representation of Christ in his passion, is also a Eucharistic sign. It's a symbol of the mystery of the Eucharist. So baptism and Eucharist are always on a straight line. So in many places, the baptismal font is on an axis with the altar. So we supply for that here by the straight line between the font on the floor and the pelican above. So a baptized person is, if you will, ordered and commissioned to celebrate the Eucharist. That is, to bring from the font to the altar a predisposition to receive communion, to receive the ministry of Jesus, but also to respond to it, enter into it with thanksgiving and awareness. That is, I come to the ministry of Jesus at the altar carrying my awareness of his works in my life, my awareness of my struggles in this life, to all of which he is responsive with the gift of himself, so that having received him, I live my baptismal life more deeply. Thanks for listening.